I'm a mother first to start with, and I am a fighter.
Okay.
How وكيف هلا بنغوص
Okay.
بتفاصيلهم.
All right, and welcome everyone. Welcome back to My Life Map podcast, and thank you very much for joining us for yet another amazing episode to come with a really special guest with us today. Before I begin, as always, I would like to thank Qutaifan Islands North for this amazing location that they have provided us with to run our podcast from, and Urban Landscapes for the amazing cabin that they have built for us. And before I start with my guest, I would basically just want to let you know that today we have a guest who, in my opinion, is nothing less than a fighter. She has a lot on her shoulders. She's gone through a lot of challenges, which we're going to be talking about today. And she's basically going to let us know how did she get through it all and how is she still getting through them until today, because some of those challenges are ongoing. And with our fighter today, who I personally call happiness throughout everything that she has been going through, her name is Farah. And today, Farah, welcome to My Life Map podcast.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for this introduction. Thank you for having me with you and in this beautiful place.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. So, Farah, before we start to dig deeper in your story, I usually ask my guests to introduce themselves because, yes, I might give an introduction from my perspective, but I always like to give my guests the opportunity to tell people who they are. So, who is Farah?
Okay, that's a big question, but I can define myself in 2 words.
Yeah.
I'm a mother first to start with, and I am a fighter.
Okay.
how وكيف هلا بنغوص
Okay.
بتفاصيلهم.
Okay, brilliant. So maybe give us a bit of a background about where, let's say, your career started. What did you study? Where are you coming from to be the person that you are today, which we're going to be talking about?
I started my career. I have full passion for TV. TV is my passion. يعني بس حطني قدام كاميرا let me speak and I will be so happy. It's my happiness is there. Okay. I actually started بالجامعة درست radio and TV for 1 year. وبعدين I got a chance to enter the TV. كنت هي TV قناة المرأة العربية. And when I started there, I felt I don't need to continue in the university doing the major of radio and TV since I'm working in it already. Okay. So why would I want to lose time more learning it when I am doing it?
Okay.
So نقلت على translation, I remember by this time, وكفيت بالTV. I never stopped, by the way, until I got married. So it took around 6 years before I got married, and then when I got married I stopped لأنه I had to have a baby, and motherhood comes first.
Yeah.
And then I went back to TV.
Okay.
وكنت بالدوحة وكنت بي in sports TV, and it was a big challenge for me. I can say the challenge started there for me on a personal level. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. We're gonna get to that. So, but before that, let me just maybe catch up on something. So you said that you had to stop working when you got married. Was it a personal decision or were you pushed?
It was. No, I wasn't pushed.
Okay, just a shout out to Samer,
Yeah.
your husband.
Hi, Samer. No, on the contrary, Samer is a good supporter. He supports me so much, to be honest. But no, it was a decision that I had to move from country to a country.
Okay.
كنت عايشة بلبنان, so أنا بدي أنقل مع جوزي على الدوحة. And I got pregnant after 4 months of marriage. So there was no way I can work and I'm pregnant. And anyway, pregnancy is something new for me.
Okay.
And then motherhood came, and it was a total big thing for me. It's the first child and everything. So I had to stop. And I dedicated 5 years of my life for my child, my first child. which I didn't do with my second line. When my second was born, I went back to TV and I didn't care, you know. So it's always the first child that you give a lot to.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I'm not giving my second, I am. Yeah, but I wanted to go back because, again, when you have a passion, they call you. I think your passion calls you back.
Okay. So tell me then, how, first of all, let me know, how did it feel after 5 years leaving your child and going back to a full-time job? How was that transition?
I got a nurse, I got 2 helpers, I got my mom and his mom.
So you brought in the whole army, basically.
Exactly. I had full hands with me at home. I really didn't know what's happening at home. They were really taking care of my 2 children. And there was, I told you, a nurse for my little young one because I gave birth for my second child. And after 40 days, I started working with beIN Sports. Right away. So I had to have a nurse with my mom and his mom and 2 helpers at home. It was great.
خلاص, and you got everything covered,
كل شيء.
basically.
كل شيء.
Okay. So talk to me a bit about going back to the TV, having stopped for 5 years, working with an organization as big as beIN Sports.
It is.
A lady working in a sports channel. Tell me a bit about it.
It was a big challenge for me. Why? Because I didn't really know a lot about sports. يعني بعرف اللي لازم أعرفه. Okay? بعرف اللي كل حدا بيعرفه. بس إنه details, دوري, Champions League, Europa League, all these stuff were new to me. Because I'm not a sports, I do sports
fanatic,
myself, but I don't really follow on sports. So it was a big challenge. This was the first big challenge.
Okay.
The second big challenge was إن نحن بنحكي بالعربي الفصحى. بتعرف يعني بدك تشكل في حركات. أيام شكل الفتحة عملها ضمة عملها كسرة. You know, no, it's been a long time. وبلبنان ما عنا بنحكي فصحى، بنحكي لبناني الدارج يعني بنطلع على التي في بنحكي ourselves, we speak what we want to say بالإنجليش بالعربي بالفرنش, what you يعني you express yourself the way you want to be you want to express yourself. بالقناة كانت البي كانت صعبة لأنه في professionalism, في فصحى مش كل العالم تفهم اللبناني.
Lebanese accent.
So you have to be exactly.
So you had a certain script, a certain accent, a certain.
100%.
There were guidelines that you had to stick to. It
I
wasn't.
had to,
okay.
or I will not succeed.
You won't succeed.
بس لحظي الحلو تعرفت على شخص هو كان مدير الأخبار, لأنه لو ما هو كان موجود ما كنت أنا كفيت.
Okay.
That's for sure. لأنه عطاني a big push. the times that أنا كنت عم بوقع فيهم and I go back to him and I قل له please I don't want to continue. I don't feel myself. I don't want to. يقول لي لا, you are going to continue. You have it all and you can show it to people.
Okay. So I'm just going to recap. So you basically met مدير الأخبار, you told me, right? So the news manager, is that what you call him?
Yes.
So the news manager, he was the one that kept pushing you to stay.
He was the reason I stayed.
Even when you wanted to let it go.
I went back to his office like 3 times telling him I don't want to continue. And he refuses. No, you are going to continue.
Tell me a bit about those moments. Actually, tell me the first time you decided to let it go.
I went crying the first time. I was like, listen, I have a new baby.
What happened?
I'm stressed.
I need to know what happened there.
I'm not coping with the sports. I'm not coping with the Arabic Fusha thing. I don't want to continue. Finish. I'm done. إنه بدي أرجع للتي في, بس أنا بدي أرجع شيء أنا بدي أعمله بحبه. بس كان دايما يسمع. And this is the best thing about him. He hears me, you know. He used to hear me a lot. ويسمع ويسكت ويروق ويقول لي أوكي فشي خلي قول اللي
بقلبك. Bring it out.
So كنت أقولهم. And then he tells me okay يلا go back, فوتي على استوديو الأخبار and work. يعني as if أنا عم فش خلقي. You did it perfect يلا go back. And I think I needed someone like that. I really needed someone like that. لو ما كان هو موجود definitely أنا ما كنت كفيت شهر ما even 15 days كنت فلت.
So actually, yeah, that was my next question. When was the first time? Like, how long into the challenge?
After 1 month I went
Wow.
back.
Okay.
It was too much, Joe. ليش؟ لأنه أنت بدك تفهم بالرياضة ككل. أنت اليوم بس تطلع مذيع أخبار بدك تعرف بكل الرياضات. أوكي كل شيء يعني بدك تفهم فيهم. يس أنت عم تقراهم بس أنت اليوم عم تطلع لايف. يعني ممكن يطلع معك مؤتمر، ممكن يصير في شيء تضطر تروح لايف. أنت أوكي بتفهم بالرياضة، بعرف what is sports and I know what is football, what is basketball, كيف بينلعبوا whatever, but بالفصحى بدي أطلع أحكي إنه something a domain exactly that is not me. It was a big challenge. Anyhow بيتروحوا إجي قل له I don't want to continue، هو يصر إنه لا you have to، إنه don't put yourself down, you can. وقال لي لو ما أنا شايف فيكي إنه you can I wouldn't even tell you. I would have been the first one تقول لك فلي، بس you can. So his pushing after 6 months أخذت وحدة وجبت وحدة. 6 months خلاص صرت روح على البيت ادرس. تعرف كيف واحد بيدرس بالجامعة؟ ادرس، فوت أحضر، شوف، اسمع. أخذت كورات بالعربي، courses in Arabic لأنه I had to. إنه أوكي نحن دارسين جامعة بس إنه مين بدي أتذكر لك الفتحة والضمة والكسرة هلا آخر. Sometimes you have to do it on TV
while you're
doing it. Sometimes ما في عندك مدقق لغوي ما تأخر whatever, so you have to know what you're doing. So a recap for me at least, it was a big challenge, but I worked on myself, and in 6 months time
totally different person.
You can see the videos.
I actually was watching them the past 2 days.
If you see the videos before, which I never post, you'd say, oh my God, is this the same lady that started and now is doing this? Yeah.
When you say this, يعني Anna, to be honest, I would love to send a shout out to the news manager that you're talking about, to the channel that you worked at. The professionalism is one of the things that we lack those days.
Of course.
And I think what you're talking about actually says a lot, but it also says a lot about accepting to see talent and working to build it.
Yeah, they build it. Listen, أنا حدا عنده الحضور، عنده الكاريزما، عنده الإلقاء، محارف يعني مخارج الحروف صح. I'm beautiful. This is what they say. Okay.
touch wood.
Okay, so I'm photogenic. I have it all. It was only I need to work on those 2 things and I will excel. And this is what happened. أنا بعد حالي هلأ بقول thank you، بشكره من كل قلبي إنه he was there. أول شيء to challenge myself إنه yes I can do it. هلأ ما في شيء بقى بوقف عنده. أنا تعلمت منه إنه ما بقول لا ما بقدر. Yes I can do anything. If I want I can.
You'll put in the effort.
Yes. And from that day on ما في شيء بحياتي بقول لا ما فيني أعمله. I can do it. I always say I can do it. بالوقت اللي قبل كنت مترددة بحياتي يعني yes or no. مني مضطرة what for. هلأ ما بقول مني مضطرة. هلأ بقول yes I can even though I don't like it بس I wanna do it. و apparently عم بنجح.
We're going to touch base on the other areas. Let's see. I think the other areas are a bit more deep.
Very deep. بس no I wanna هيك نوه لشغلة إنه البي إن سبورتس عطتني كتير حتى أكون حقوية يعني. yes I left yes بس ما فيني أقول إنه ما عطتني كتير. professionalism الاستوديوز اللي كنا نصور فيهم it was on a different level, a very high level.
I mean, we see it on TV. You were there. You were in the house. You were in the kitchen with the
and they are all nice people, very nice هيك atmosphere. شابوبا عن جد. I thank them كمان لأنه they gave me a lot in my career life. And I stayed around 3 years at BN Sports and it was the best. It was the best.
It is not much that we see this, Farah. يعني when you were talking about your manager and how he did accept that you would quit, right? We don't see this a lot. We don't. Like we work hard to actually find people like this.
I'm not saying إنه هو بس الوحيد يلي كان مآمن فيني by the way. أنا في كتير ناس كانت تيجي تقول لي إنه you will not do it. كنت اسمع كتير لو منهم عم يحكوني بوجهي كنت اسمع بظهري yes إنه she's not gonna do it, she's not gonna go live, she's not gonna make it. يمكن كان مديري وحدا تاني معه مأمنين فيي بالtalent that I have. And when I did it after 6 months من شغل وكان كله تحت الهواء أكيد لأنه بعدين طلعنا هواء. It was like a box in their faces. إنه yes I did it. إنه you don't tell me if I can or not. See this challenge بس ليك لأنه هيدا الشخص تواجد أنا قدرت برهن للعالم وإلا لو ما كان موجود وكانوا الباقيين شايفين إنه she doesn't know sports a lot لازم تشتغل أكتر يعني كنت I really would
it's a balance left. No? You speak about balance in
I do it is a balance and God sends you people
absolutely God even the people who were fighting you were sent for a reason.
Of course they were sent for a reason. They gave me also هيدا الpush إنه لا I want to prove them wrong and I did.
Two things came to my mind when you were talking about one about your manager, especially when it comes to Arabic. I remember my first supervisor in one of my jobs. We were in a call center. I never used to type in Arabic. English studies and all. I didn't even have the keyboard option of Arabic on my phone.
Okay.
Right? And one day at work, he comes over to me because everyone at work, one of the requirements was to be able to type cases in Arabic or to write memos in Arabic because we were dealing with governmental entities at the call center. And I sort of got on the good side of them. They liked how I do my work. They're like, fine, with time he will learn. But no one ever actually came and mentored me once I got the job on how to do it. No, خلاص, okay, you're doing it in English, you're doing the other cases in English, it's fine. خلاص, no need to give you the things that come in Arabic. And he walks up to me one day and he's like, why don't you have... So one of the companies was a company that used to manage the taxis in the UAE. And he's like, why don't you have their option to get the calls in Arabic? I was like, yeah, if I get the calls in Arabic, I have to write the case in Arabic. And I don't write Arabic. I don't type in Arabic. He's like, why don't you type in Arabic? You can't? I said, no, I can, but I don't want to. I don't like it. It's not easy. I don't know.
ما هو كل شيء منه easy. ما بنعمله.
إنه لا شو.
What for?
Why? Right?
That's the wrong thing, by the way.
And then he looks at me and he's like, yalla, I'm going to open up the option for you to receive calls in Arabic. I want you to do mistakes. Do it. And he didn't even wait for my response. And I'm like, what? He leaves me and he opens the option. Next thing you know, literally 10 minutes later, I get banged with a phone call in Arabic. Oh, I'm literally like, right? And one of my worst calls, to be honest. But it turned out it was him doing a test call.
Okay.
Right? And by the end of the call, he's like, here you go, is your first case. Practice it and send it to me. He's like, and starting next week, you are receiving cases in Arabic. I don't care. And
that's the challenge.
And I started to go home, like you said, start to type on the laptop in Arabic.
I just want to say كمان going home إنه أنا بس كنت أرجع على البيت having my mom and his mom, the nurse, the 2 helpers helped me a lot لأنه كان عندي وقت أدرس كان عندي وقت to sit and to do things I have to do لأنه it's not easy and not having them as a support system أكيد كمان ما كنت تقدر تعمل شيء.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's an amazing beginning. So in the midst of you learning and relearning and maybe unlearning an unprofessional approach or maybe a more casual approach and relearning how things needs to be done with a new level and a new outlook. What was happening in the background of Farah's life at home?
A lot. A lot.
Tell me.
It was also a challenge at home. لأنه you have 2 kids, you have a husband, you have a home. الأوقات تبع التي is not very flexible. يعني أنا sometimes كنت أقوم الساعة 5 الصبح ارجع الساعة 3 بعد الظهر، أو روح الساعة 3 ارجع الساعة 10، أو روح 10 بالليل اجي الساعة 5 الصبح، لأنه you know the timings في schedule في timings.
So wait, hold on. So you used to wake up some days at 5 a.m.
and come back at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Wow. Evening shifts?
Hey, it's shifts.
Okay.
The second day يمكن باخد off, and then the third day I come in the morning, I leave afternoon, or I come midnight. No, مش midnight, 10 p.m. I leave at 3 or 4 a.m.
Wow.
It's shifts.
Okay.
Yeah. So هي لحالها كانت a challenge also at home. إنه sometimes I used to go home and sleep because I didn't sleep the other day. أول فترة كانت شوي صعبة. بعدين they got used to it at home.
At home.
Yeah. ولأنه في نيرس ففي حدا عم يهتم بالأولاد واللي هن كانوا خط أحمر. يعني عم أقول لك لو ما كان في نيرس و 2 helpers I wouldn't have continued, not for the sake of the challenge of the TV, for the sake of my family.
Right.
وسامر صار أحسن مع الوقت. بالأول كان لا، بس بعدين مش الحال.
Was it tough?
It wasn't that tough, بس إنه it's a big difference. أنت وقت اللي بتكون بالبيت every day before and you're giving ما في شيء بالبيت منه ظابط. ترويقة في غدا في عشاء في
breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks,
yes,
everything.
you're taking care of his children, you're taking care of him, of myself. أنا I used to have time for myself to do things. فجأة كله هذا بيوقف وبنمشي حسب my work. It doesn't really help at the beginning, بس لأنه he knows إنه I love TV and it's my passion and this is what I want, كان يقول okay, I'll let it pass. بعدين تعود.
How much does it mean to you that?
It means a lot from him. Yes, it does. بس كمان يعني I support him. مش الحال.
He's gonna love me for this, huh?
يعني. no, he should know يعني. no, في support from both. يعني he supports me, بس أهم شيء عنده كمان هو عائلته. يعني كثير بهمه أولاده مناح مرتاحين وصل لهم everything, then comes me and him. يعني he has this thing and I respect him for that. يعني it's something good. It's something good, yeah.
Nice. So I'm going to now go into. So in the midst of all of this, you also had some issues with your health.
Big issue.
Okay. When did it start?
It started after I gave birth to my first son. يعني من 12 years.
12 years ago.
11 years back.
Okay.
Yeah. ولدت وبعد 3-4 months I was هيك shocked with the news إنه I have ulcerative colitis and it's an autoimmune disease. At the beginning ما كتير فرقت معي what is an ulcerative colitis. Ulcers in the colon. Fine. But when I knew إنه I have to take medication all my life and I cannot live without the medication, that was the big shock. والميديكيشن ثقيل شوي. يعني منه إنه في عندك أدوية حبوب and then you have animals يلي هن حقنة every day.
Oh, every day.
or else بيصير في inflammation وبينتشر inflammation in my colon and then I go through hell. يعني بضلني بالحمام. Sorry for that, but I have to say it as it is. I bleed. And sometimes I cannot leave the house because of the pain. And I don't know when I can run to the toilet. يعني I don't know when. I have to be on standby all the time. This was a big challenge from day one. بس أنا كنت متساهلة كتير مع الموضوع. For me, it's like, okay. Sometimes I take the medicine, sometimes I don't take the medicine. I know I'm good, what for? بالناقص medicine يعني.
So let me just recap. So you would wake up every day, you'd have to take some medications and an injection.
Yes, every day.
Until now. And it's putting you on a risk of not being able to do what you want to do on a day-to-day basis.
No, I was very tired, fatigue, anemia, because you lose a lot of blood. When you have a flare-up, This is when you have a flare-up, of course. But when you are on medication, you're fine. لأنه بتبقى stable.
It's under control.
Yeah, but you never know when a flare-up can come. لأنه sometimes بتكون on medication و you are stressed a lot. بيصير في عندك flare-up and then you go into a black circle that no one wants to enter the circle. It's very bad. It's painful.
So, tell me about the mental side of the circle.
You lose everything, Joe. You cannot eat. You're in pain. ما فيني أعمل شيء لعائلتي at all. I'm in bed. I'm bleeding. I cannot leave the house. I cannot do anything. And then you are hospitalized at the end. You need a hospital to take care of you. It's very hard. And I passed through maybe 3 to 4 flare-ups that ended up in hospitals.
So even sometimes the house medication. So that's when you did not take your meds.
Yeah, and I always stopped taking my medicine, and this is something I never learned. Now I learned. لأنه آخر مرة فتت فيها على المستشفى كانت أصعب مرة وبيقولوا كل ما you get older with the disease or the sickness كل ما بيصير أصعب.
Gets harder.
Yes, يعني أول شيء ما بيكون hard بعدين بيصير harder. فعلا هيك. It was too much. It was too much for me. So now I'm sticking to أنا ليش I left medicine.
Yeah, tell me why. I was just about to ask you.
And I read a lot إنه through food, okay, you can manage yourself.
You can self-heal.
Exactly, I can self-heal. So بعدين أنت فكرة إنك توعى الصبح تاخد 10 حبوب أدوية. Okay, هن 10 حبوب لأنه الإفكت تبعهم هن 10 بس إنه still الإفكت تبعهم your body needs it. بعدين تاخد حقنة ونهار اللي ما بتاخدهم ما بعرف شو بيصير. It's not a nice idea يعني كل يوم بدي أوعى فتح عيوني for medicine and if I don't take it ما بعرف بكرة if I will do a flare up so it's not something nice. So the idea came إنه أنا إذا بغير بنمط أكلي and I eat the things that are anti-inflammatory food then I will be fine. I did it for 2 years maybe 3 without any medicine. Okay, and I'm taking anti-inflammatory food all the time. Okay, بتقطع sometimes gluten وهالقصص بس still الانتي-inflammatory هن اللي كانوا يعني my diet.
Helping you
yes.
throughout.
It helped بس لأنه autoimmune disease basically it's all about your life and the stress you pass through so you never know when it triggers. You never know. So having the medicine on the parallel side and eating anti-inflammatory food is the best way out. وحدة منهم ما بتكفي حتى أنا إذا عم باخد ميديسن لحاله وعم باكل مثل ما بدي it's not gonna help me لأنه it might trigger. The same happened. So أنا when I stopped the medicine and I went for anti-inflammatory it didn't help لأنه it triggered. And when it triggers hard. كل مرة it triggers harder. Yeah. So now قلت خلاص استسلمت. قلت هيدي ما بدها challenge. هيدي بدك تستسلم.
I need to be a good patient.
Yes. بس قطعت بمراحل كتير صعبة بحياتي لأنه it changes you towards your family and your loved ones. بطل أنت. يعني كمان my son when he used to come to me telling me my eldest حبيبي سامي إنه ماما I don't want to see you sick anymore. It used to hurt me so much, you know, بس إنه he's right. He doesn't want to see me sick, but I have it. Okay, I tried to do an anti-inflammatory diet. I'm sticking to my medicine. Sometimes I don't, but I'm a human being. I don't. يعني ما في الإنسان يكفي بهالطريقة. Till I reached a point إنه يا جماعة واحد ما لازم يلعب بصحته. إذا الميديسن لازم ناخده, then I have to take it. And this was 6 months ago when I went back to hospital. And I think I was away from my home for 4 days from
so
my kids.
For 4 days you were in the hospital.
I was in the hospital. It was very, very bad.
What was going through your mind the last time specifically?
بندم أيام إنه ليه ما باخد الدواء. يعني I have to start doing that and I am doing it now.
But at that moment specifically, so before it flared up so badly that you had to go to the hospital. So I want to know at that moment, what went through your mind?
I remember I cried so much and it was very painful. I was like, will I die? Will I stay alive? Why am I doing this to myself when I can cure myself? There is everything in front. ما بقى هو صعب. هو قبل كان صعب هيدا المرض. هلأ ما بقى صعب لأنه في cure. Daily cure. مش cure. Yeah. My kids need me. My family needs me. I cannot be weak. كلهم هولي قطعوا أكيد براسي. بس with the pain you want nothing but to be cured. بعدين تفكر إنه okay. Save me first and then I promise I'll just take my medicine on the right time. I missed my kids so much. They needed me so much. Yeah, for sure. والsupport والحب اللي بيعطوه it kills you more. إنه حبيتي they're there for me every time I'm sick, every time I'm tired, they are there.
That's interesting though. What is it that you think that makes them be there?
أنا معلقين فيي ولادي كتير جو. أنت ما you know that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking.
They're very attached. They're very attached to me. I do everything for them Joe. كل شيء. أنا حياتي كلها حتى Samir's life is all revolved around them. We are very good parents to them يعني. Honestly speaking.
You are.
Honestly, yeah, we do a lot for them. منحب نشوفهم بأحلى we do a lot. يعني whatever it takes, I would give them everything. وسامر مثلي بعد أكتر مني.
I was just about to ask you, so in the midst of all of this going on with you, and Samir, I'm guessing he knew that you stopped the beds and you went on your own.
Of course, دايما بقول لي أنت السبب. أنا أصلا بكل شيء أنا السبب. إنه ليه توقفي medicine? You cannot. He knows. وبعده patient معي.
Yeah, that was my next question.
يعني
so
ما في علي.
Even though knowing that you were the naughty patient through, right? Well, I used this word naughty patient لأنه أنا myself I'm a naughty patient. I know. The day my doctors see my name on their phone, they freak out because they're like, okay, وينه بالمستشفى? Is he in the hospital? Is he okay?
Me, I'm the same.
No? Yeah. I remember the family doctor, his name is Dr. Wa'il, bless him. Like he's literally saved my life like a couple of times. I'm not joking, saved my life. Like, saved my life. And
you have a story, Joe.
Yeah. Next on your channel.
On my show.
And every time he sees my name on his phone, he's like, "Where are you?
Just start like.
Hey, what's going on? Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just checking in. I'm telling you, Eid Kareem. Just calling to tell you Happy New Year. And there were times where, like I think for him, he strongly believes like I'm like you. I am anti-meds. Like, don't tell me meds. Don't tell me stuff. Because you're absolutely right. It takes a toll sometimes.
And I tell my husband, just put yourself in my shoes and then judge me. Yeah. It's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. And see, here's the thing. Like Anna, that's why I told you probably, Anna, I don't share a lot with a lot of people what I go through because not everyone can understand Farah. And even people who go through it, some people might be going through it in a different level, on a different borderline. We're all different in how we manage things. So that's why, Anna, I don't expect people to understand. And that's why, like, I'm like, they don't need to know. There are some things that I strongly believe it's not for everyone to know. Mm-hmm. But there are cases where I believe that my story might maybe inspire someone or help people to change. Because, like, I think, and maybe this is again the reason why I was asking you what was going through your mind when all of this was happening is when you go through things like this which you don't know, am I gonna make it this time? Okay, خلاص, promise next time I'm gonna take my meds.
I told you that. أنا كنت عم بقول إنه حموت ولا حأرجع على البيت، لأنه وبعدين كتير بمحلات in my case هن فيهم يقصوا الكولون، أوكي، and يحطوا كيس برا. يعني أنت ببطل عندك كولون، بصير عندك يعني yeah, if you want to go to the toilet you do it through this bag and then you change the bag. It's very dangerous and very serious. So إذا بدي أوصل لهالمرحلة لا, I prefer to die than having a bag sitting there and I don't have any cologne. هون خفت كتير. It was like, no, I don't want to reach this point. And my doctor wants me to change my medication to something more intense. Okay, أحسن يمكن بس intense. يعني بيلعب بالهرمونز. It might lead mood swings for sure. It might lead to cancer. كلنا معرضين إنه اللي عنده autoimmune disease to lead to cancer by the way. بس إنه it might lead faster لأنه الدواء قوي. وأنا ما بدي أخذ هذا الدواء. I don't want to. يعني صرت أدعي إنه يا رب بس this time help me and I will never stop my medication that I'm taking now لأني بعرفهم وصار لي فترة بخدهم وهن ميديسن بيفوتوا على جسمه وبيطلعوا يعني ما إنه بيقعدوا بجسمك. Rather than taking the other medicine that is very intense. Of course for the doctor he tells me it's better for you وأكيد إذا باخده برتاح بس I don't want يعني بدي وطي immunity very low. يعني my immunity will go very low and I have problems with my immunity anyhow. So كمان بهيدا البارت I was like no I hope I don't go there. Yeah.
So in the midst of all of this, what keeps you going?
My energy. My kids. But basically my energy. Like أنا حدا I'm very patient.
You are. Today I experienced you firsthand اليوم. Just FYI, we had some problems with the electricity. And it took us an hour to get it fixed. Yeah. Farah is like so chill. I'm like, you're either هيك, either you're actually like this, so patient, or you're waiting for me to finish, and then you're gonna punch me in the face after this. But apparently she is.
No, I am a very patient person. عن جد. I'm positive. I look at things in a positive way all the time, all my life. على فكرة مش إنه شيء جديد. دايماً عندي ما زبطت تزبط. مش هلا بعدين بس it's coming. ما بستسلم easily. That is what keeps me going. And I'm always with a smile, by the way. Always.
But Farah, don't you get those moments in time where you're like, I'm tired? Don't you get those moments where you're like, خلاص, like, oof?
صدقني إذا بقول لك no. بتعب deep down inside, yes. بقول خلاص مع حالي.
Yeah.
But I never show it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about what you show. I'm talking about what's inside.
Definitely. بس برجع بوقف بقول we have to do it. That's me. I don't know. That's me. It's a character.
Because it does. It takes a lot of strength. And you haven't stopped working. And you're still...
That is another challenge.
Working on your own thing now, Kaman. So... And let me just put this out there, yani. There's nothing forcing you to actually put yourself and go to get a job or do this, but like why put yourself through all of this pain? Must sit and chill and relax.
No. After I went back to work, be in sports, and I left, I didn't leave وما كان عندي work تاني. I worked with my husband. My husband has nurseries, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So أنا استلمت a branch of his nurseries واستلمت as a manager. And this was another challenge. Kids. Responsibility. مش new curriculum for me. أنا دارسة من أنا وصغيرة British curriculum. So I know it. Okay, but it's new for me to start with kids, parents, handling them. this was a big challenge for me. فأنا خلصت من التي في، استلمت شغل خاص اللي هو لجوزي، وبعدني معي لليوم معه. يعني I never stopped.
How is it working with your husband?
Yeah, we fight a lot. No, it's like I see him at work, I see him at home. Yeah.
But is it comfortable?
It's not that comfortable.
Does he like get to you some days on telling you how to do things?
ايه طبعا بيقول لي انا هلا مديرك. And when he tells me this, he's like, he makes me very angry. I was like, I don't care. You are my boss, yes, because he's the boss. But no, I'm your wife. You can't tell me you're my boss. But لا, sometimes I have to go with what he wants me to do. لأنه this is how the work will go. يعني ما فيك من النهاية شغل. نتخانق على الموضوع كتير.
Does it like, do you feel sometimes إنه لا إنه just let me maybe recap, was it very chill in the beginning? Did you realize إنه it's easy هيك flow from the very beginning ولا كان في خبيط بالأول؟
لا ما بحياته كان في خبيط.
لا مش قصدي خبيط.
لا مش خبيط I know، بس إنه ما بحيته كان في هالintense fighting. لا في قصص كمان. أنا I'm a person that respects إنه بعرف إنه أنت you're the owner، وأنا بعرف إنه أنت عامل كده، وأنا I have to lead after you of course. بس بيسمع لي. يعني أنا sometimes I have ideas بياخدها وبيمشي فيها and he يعني implements it. مش إنه do what I say. لا definitely. بس في بمحلات do what I say and don't ask me a question.
خلص نفسي.
I was like وقت بوصل لهالمرحلة I was like okay
I'll do it.
as you wish. No بس هو بياخده بيعطي. ولا he trusts me so much in his business so much. It's me. Yes, I this was another challenge for me and I succeeded. Why? لأنه من التي I have this sort of a new mentality that I shouldn't say no, I can do it. Yes, I am very successful in my eyes. I don't know. يعني وكمان أنت بتسمع الحكي العالم. يعني أنا وقت اللي بشوف أهل ما بدهم يفلوا لأنه I'm there, it gives me a lot. Like, you know, we are here because of you. We want to be in your nursery because of you. You are there, we are safe. You are there, we feel happy. So أكيد النيرسري هي the way it's done and everything. بس عن جد it's a very good nursery والعالم تجي على اسمها. بس كمان بس يلاقوا في حدا جوا مهتم هالقد وبيحبهم هالقد ما بيفلوا. And this is success for me.
Okay. So I think we're reaching to the closure of the session today, which I don't want, Sarah, but I know I've already kept you for an hour now and an hour before while we were fixing the electricity. But one of the questions that we basically give people that come on the show towards the end is the theme of the episodes we're shooting right now is under the theme of your life, your shot. Mm-hmm. And what I would like to know from you is, throughout your life, you have obviously, from the stories you've told us, you've been going through opportunities and shots in your life and taking down shots and opportunities to get to where you are. But what is that one shot in your life that you strongly believe it was the one that helped put you on the path of where you are today? I don't care if it's from your childhood, from university time, from work, but what is that one shot that when you're told, where did this whole Farah person start? Mm-hmm.
You're taking me back. It's a very painful time.
Let's go.
It happened when my parents divorced. Okay. And my sister divorced because there was 1 year between them. Yani my sister divorced and then my parents divorced after 8-9 months.
How old were you?
I was married.
You were married?
Oh, I was with a يعني كنت بعدني مولدي سامي جديد when my sister was passing through her divorce, and then after 9 months my parents had a divorce. So أنا كنت married, I have my family, I have my baby boy وكل شيء. And it happened. يعني I was 25. I'm 36 now.
العمر كله.
Thank you. It was a big shock. وهيدا I think يعني I didn't express my feelings, but I am writing them. By the way, I wrote them since back then.
Do you mind?
يعني diary.
What did you write?
I wrote a lot of things. لأنه I didn't know how to express my feelings to people. حتى لل very closest people to me ما كنت أعرف شو بدي أقول. حتى ما كنت أبكي لحالي. أنا ماني حدا كتير بفرجي emotions of sadness. By the way, بفرجي emotions of happiness. That's why you call me happiness. بضلني أضحك. بس أنا deep down inside when I'm sad alone and I don't show it to anybody, even to my husband. يعني أيام he doesn't know إنه أنا كنت بالحمام عم ببكي مثلا. I don't say it. So the only way was for me is to write them down. لأنه it helped me a lot. It was hard. وشي جديد بالعائلة ولا مرة we did يعني we didn't face divorce أبدا. The shocking part was my parents. ما بقى عندي انكسر شي بحياتي كتير كبير إنه وبعده لهلأ مكسور by the way وما حدا بحس فيه غير الإنسان. أنا I'm happy for them. أنا my dad he got married again. My mom is living her life alone بس إنه she's happy alone. I'm happy for what they wanted to achieve in their life. I'm happy for them. بس إنه ما في شيء مكسور جواتي أكيد لأنه when I go to Lebanon أنا مش هيك ما بحب أنزل على لبنان كتير لأنه I have to go see my dad and then I have to go see my mom and then I have to go see my sister. يعني I'm shattered in all means. وما حدا بيفهم هذا الشيء. كنت بالقبل انزل على لبنان at the beginning I'm speaking أول ما كنت تجوزت يعني أو I missed them. I used to go home. My mom, my dad, my sister are all there. I used to see them, used to enjoy life, we should enjoy our time together, quality time. And I'm very attached to my parents. Very attached. My sister and إحنا ما في يعني my sister and my parents and me that's it. It was هيك كف لليوم بعده هيك. Yeah, it's still very painful. وحتى بكل الجامعات يعني اختي رجعت تتجوزت مثلا اهلي كانوا موجودين بس they're not together and it's awkward, it's weird, it's very weird. And then Christmas بيجي ما بنجتمع مع بعض or I have to just invite my dad because my mom and my dad they don't speak. Okay, how do I do that? طيب I want to be with both and then I end up يعني with one of them. Okay, I'm happy and I'm grateful but at the same time I'm a bit broken. Samir helped a lot. دايما كان يقول لي انه let's طب نعمل هيك بدك اياه انه بس قد ما يحاول يساعد never no one can fix it. خلص it's broken. I think هيدا الشيء اللي حطني على طريق انه you have to be standing alone in life. وما حدا حدك ما حدا. أنا دايماً بقولها yes نحن عنا families ونحن عنا أولاد and I will support my kids till the last day of my life. Okay, and this is something I will always do. بس ما حدا بالحياة بيوقف معك. أنت لحالك بهالحياة بتحارب حالك بتحارب لحالك. ما حدا بيساعدك. بيجيك ناس helps you from here and there بس at the end of the day you're leading alone.
I don't know if I have the right to ask you this but do you mind sharing a sentence of what you wrote down?
أكتر من يلي قلته. There was a sentence that I wrote إنه Mom and Dad, I never knew that one day you will shatter me like that. كنت بتوقع منهم يعني صراحة. Even though I respect it's their lives and
Absolutely.
it's their decision. نحن بعدنا عم نحكي أنت you create your choice. It's your life map that you create. Yes, I create my life map. أنا بدي أمشي أنا بدي أعمل هيك أنا. That's right بس لا في choices بالحياة أنا بقول لك إنه ما فيك تاخدها هيك لأنه في حواليك ناس attached to you. They're tagged to you. يعني مثلا نحن بنقطع بمشاكل كتير. ما تقلي ما في حدا ما بيوصل لمحل and he thinks that he wants a divorce. وخاصة هالأيام صاروا كل العالم أنه يلا let's go and divorce. I'm not happy. He's not giving me this. He's not. إنه خلص يمكن مش ضابطة يمكن ضابطة يمكن whatever. بغض النظر عم نحكي عن الشخص أو عم نحكي in general. بس هيدا holding on I do it for my kids and for the sake of this family that I built. وإلا why did I do it from the first place? يعني الطلاق برأيي لازم يصير وقت اللي بيصير في شيء جراف كتير كبير، شيء ما ممكن يتعالج. Okay, I'm with it. Or don't divorce, live together, but for the sake of the children. يعني
there is a
whatever.
bigger responsibility.
There is, I think so.
Again, like Anna, to be honest, like Anna, for me, thank you, Awashi, for sharing this. I know.
No one knows, by the way, a lot about this. Yeah.
I know.
خلي الواحد يحكي أنت جو.
Yeah, it's a gift, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
But
والبليس والبحر.
everything. I've made the perfect zone for people to feel safe. I think it's just about people. You see, Farah, نحن we carry a lot. Everyone carries a lot. It's just, I think, or personally, and I believe, we're living in times where safety is very scarce. Right? I'm talking emotional safety. And the moment we find it and the moment we create it, I think it's one of the most beautiful things that you can leave behind.
That's true.
Right? ولأنه ما عادش فيه كتير. It's not present a lot because everyone today is on their journey of me, my life, and I, what I want to do.
Selfish.
They understood self-care in a very selfish manner.
True.
Right? And there is nothing about self-care that tells you not to care for others. There is nothing about self-care that tells you not to help and to support others or not to feel for others. Right? A part of self-care is to actually empathize with others and
100%.
to feel with others. And if you don't, then how are you going to reciprocate it? You know, and for me, it's a cycle.
What you give is what you get.
And even more, يعني not necessarily just a transactional thing, but how about we transform? إنه today we're talking about this, and then next time we're talking about something bigger, we're talking about something better, we're talking about something more grand, right? And I think this is one of the major things that is very scarce those days, is that place that you go to find safety. And that is why if you don't feel it, مرات staying, just imagine for a minute staying in a zone where you don't feel safe and you feel danger the whole time.
I felt this, by the way. I felt this for a long period of time. Even though I was married and I had a safe zone. يعني, I go home to my mom, I look and where's dad? I go to my dad to his home and I'm like, where's mom? I go to our villa, إنه بيتنا بالجبل, إنه my mom's taste is in every place in the house. Where is she? You know, ما حدا بيعرف غير اللي بيقطع فيها. وبيقولوا إنه الطلاق سهل بيتعود عليه الواحد والطلاق على كبر أسهل. No. I had a family, I had a kid, كان عندي عائلتي. And my parents got divorced. It's the same thing that
It's painful.
Very painful. Very painful. You pass through it and you pass through it, whether you are old or young.
I was just going to talk about that. يعني إنه it's pretty interesting that you're saying this because يعني again, no one knows what they were thinking of. يعني it will always be nothing but happiness and peace for you and for your kids. All right, thank you. This was
fruitful.
This was a pretty يعني
بحكي عن حالي. No,
strong shot.
Yeah.
And the reason why I asked you for the shot is because, and the reason why I made sure to make it clear that it is the person who you are today is because we never know how much of something that's so painful in our life.
Yeah, بيفكروا العالم إنه أنت you're a very happy person وعندك كل شيء. No, you don't have everything. No.
But
I try to be happy. I try to always smile. I try to give positivity. I try to make everyone around me happy, and this is in my character. لأنه this is my character. But I think كمان this is my character because of the pain I passed through all my life that changed me. بس حابة هيك أقول شغلة كمان للكل إنه inspiration out of this conversation إنه don't let anything make يعني let you down. Nothing in life should let you down. حتى مع يعني أنا for me my parents are my يعني they are sentimental, they are my emotional as you said safety. We still nothing should let you down whatever the case was in life. Challenge اللي قطعت فيه بالتي could have put me down in many ways. I didn't let it. Another challenge which is my parents, I didn't let it. My sickness, I didn't let it. So my advice for people ما في شيء بالحياة بيستاهل إنه ينزلك لتحت أبداً. Just keep going further. Yeah.
I love that. All right. Thank you very much, Farah, for today. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you for your patience. So everyone, thank you very much for staying tuned with us. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you took a lesson or lessons away from the chat today with Farah. Personally, I believe there is a lot of takeaways in today's session. Don't forget to follow, subscribe to the channel. Keep sending us messages to let us know what are you looking for on our podcast, and looking forward to our next guest. Thank you again, Qatar Islands. Thank you again, Urban Landscapes. And thank you again, Farah, for being with us today and for your time. And have an amazing day, everybody. Thank you.